Welcome to MLC Tv News Hour, reaching you live from the city of LOKOJA, the Confluence State of Nigeria. I am Sherifat Onono Mohammed. The headlines: Governor Bello receives NNPC contractor biofuel refinery in LOKOJA. World Population Day, UN says global population up, growth slower. Play politics by the rule, traditional rulers caution politicians. And WAFCON Nigeria thrashed Burundi 4-0 to set up mouth-watering clash with Cameroon in quarterfinals. Now the news in detail. Governor Bello of Kogi State has said one of the cardinal objectives of his new direction administration is job creation and empowerment, while creating a conducive atmosphere for investment. Bello made this statement when he received the delegation from the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, at the Government House, LOKOJA. The team, led by Dr. Fumilola Ale, GM NNPC, were in the state to brief the governor on the level of their preparedness to establish NNPC Automotive Biofuels Program for Nigeria, sugarcane fuel ethanol project at Ike Bunu in Kaba Bunu local government area of Kogi State. Our reporter has more.
The land is the 5% equity of Kogi State government. Reports show that for this magnitude of project of having an ethanol refinery, I don't want to equate it with our usual refinery, the traditional refinery, but it could be a much more higher capacity than the regular refinery we have in Nigeria today.
The agreement for the biofuels refinery to be established in the state is a tripartite investment among the NNPC Limited, Contact Global Energy Limited, and the Kogi State government, which was signed in 2017. The governor in his remarks said his administration has emphasized food security in its drive to consolidate the gains in security, expressing gladness that the effort and agreement signed with the NNPC some years back is yielding results. The governor, however, urged investors to ensure to go beyond compensation for land as the only take-home benefit of the host community, adding that the community should be involved in equity sharing, which he emphasized would create a sense of ownership and will ensure community support in securing the investment.
And we've had a series of investors who have come to Kogi State, and thank God. What we started in 2017 by signing an MOU with the then late GMD, Alhaji Kanti Baro, is coming to fruition now. It is better late than never. We see a situation where lands are being used, in most cases degraded, and eventually the company pack off and go. The owners can no longer return to that particular land because of the usage over time. And they have nothing to show for it. Some of these are our people. The government exists to protect them. But governments previously don't protect their interests. Somebody might be given even 10 billion naira. You'll be thinking it's a lot of money. In the long run, it amounts to nothing compared to what the land would have churned out and the effect on the environment and their lives and generations yet unborn. Let them have equity that they can pass on from generations to generation. And then that particular investment, they will take it as part of their own. It takes nothing to just relinquish certain equity to the community, as many as they are, in percentage, and then they design a way of managing their own equity share amongst themselves. Please, I want the government side to take note, the investor side to take note, NNPC to take note, or federal government to take note.
The MD, CEO of Contact Global, Adedeji Ashiru, commended the Kogi State government for keying into renewable energy, describing it as the future of the world. He said the sugarcane ethanol BioFuel project supports the green environment and mitigates global warming, adding that it involves a coal-generating plant which will be used to power the refinery and the host community.
And produce ethanol is either through sugarcane or through cassava. But this main project we are doing here is using sugarcane. And the Kogi State government, they've given us 20,000 hectares of land for the plantation of sugarcane. We as co-investors, because we believe greatly in what we call renewable energy. And one of the renewable energy the reason for renewable energy is to support the green environment. You must have heard of global warming, climate changes. When we convert sugarcane to ethanol, or we convert cassava to ethanol, what we are doing in a way is like we are mitigating against climate change, we are mitigating against global warming. Apart from that, bringing this kind of project to this Kogi State, we're going to create employment, going to be, economic and social empowerment. And our vision as a company is to create over 1 million employment in Kogi State and Nigeria as large.
The Kogi State Commissioner for Finance, Budget and Economic Planning, Idris Ashiru, said lands have been allocated for the project and the owners adequately compensated.
Kogi State is going to be the industrial center of Nigeria, and that is the foundation you are laying now, because one day the fuel that we all know may no longer be useful, and the next one will be the renewable energy.
Ashiru said the contractors are expected to begin work on the site soon. Jane Giabalagbubu, reporting for MLC TV.
Kogi Governor Bello has promised to flush out crimes and criminals in Kogi State. He also said his administration will continue to build more infrastructures that will continue to be beneficial to the people. He gave the words after he joined the rest of the Muslim faithful to observe the Eid el-Kabir prayer in Okene, his hometown. Our reporter has more.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
Kogi State Governor Yaya Bello celebrates Eid el-Kabir with family, dignitaries and well-wishers in his country home, Okene local government area. After the regular Rakat prayer to mark the Eid, Governor Bello urges all Nigerians to live together in peace and be law-abiding, as well as respect the constituted authority. Governor Bello also reiterated his commitment to provide more infrastructure and continue to take security as his top priority.
Expect more infrastructures, expect more safety, expect more security in our land. We, like I continue to say, we will not negotiate with criminals. The criminals will run away from us. We are out to hunt for the criminals, not waiting for them to strike any longer. We will hunt them down. Expect peaceful, secured Kogi State and all of our enclaves.
In politics, he urged politicians to always play by the rule of the game.
Let politicians play by the rules of the game, and let Nigerians elect who they want, especially those of us in APC.
Governor Bello, in reaction to the recent prison break in Kuje, in his opinion, called on the commander-in-chief to hold those who did not do their job well responsible. He called on the citizenry to give credible information to help strengthen the security system in all localities and entire states.
But I am the Chief Security Officer of Kogi State, and I am responsible for the lives and livelihood of my citizens. That is why I don't take the issue of insecurity lightly. It is unfortunate what happened in Kuje prison, and I think the Commander-in-Chief should hold those who did not do their job well responsible. And let every Nigerian be up and doing and ensure that you give credible information to law enforcement agencies. Nigerian military, Nigerian law enforcement agencies are not weak. We are not weak. They are not weak. They are strong, and they will fight the insecurity head on.
Hundreds of Muslim faithful joined the governor at the prayer ground to observe Eid el-Kabir. Matthias Ayodeji Peter reporting for MLC TV.
As Muslims all over the world mark this year's Eid al-Kabir, the chairman, Kogi State House of Assembly Service Commission, Andas Abdul Malik, wants Nigerians to look beyond themselves and make necessary sacrifice that could promote good neighborliness and societal progress. Andas, who made the remark in LOKOJA in his Salah message to the people, called on adherents to continue to imbibe the virtues of humility, tolerance, understanding with one another. The chairman emphasizes the need for Muslims not to lose sight of the essence of the festival, but reflect on the sacrifice and humility of Prophet Ibrahim, who in obedience to Allah was to sacrifice his son before divine intervention, depicting his total submission to Allah and selflessness. The chairman maintains that at a time when millions have been refugees in their own country, there is nowhere to turn to but to Allah, who gives peace ultimately. Hence, the need for the people to use this occasion to pray to Allah to take away the level of deprivation in the land, acts of banditry, terrorism, corruption, and other attendant problems bedeviling this country. And thus enjoin Muslims to give to the needy, poor and vulnerable among them, as the current economic hardship requires that. He, on behalf of himself, members and staff of the commission, felicitates with Governor BELLO, the entire loyal and committed GYB family, the Speaker, Prince Matthew Kolawole, and members of the State House of Assembly and the people of the state. Muslim faithful in Kogi State has joined their counterparts across the world to commemorate this year's Eid al-Adha, a celebration of sacrifices of rams in remembrance of Prophet Ibrahim's obedience to sacrifice his son to Allah. They converged in their hundreds at various Eid grounds to offer prayers to Allah and also listen to the teachings of Islamic scholars. Joshua Adinoy has more.
Muslim faithful in Kogi joined their counterparts across the world to commemorate this year's Eid al-Adha, a celebration of sacrifice of ram in remembrance of Prophet Ibrahim's obedience to sacrifice his son to Allah. They converged in their hundreds at various Eid grounds to offer prayers to Allah and also listen to the teachings of Islamic scholars. At about 8:30 in the morning of Eid al-Adha, adherents of Prophet Muhammad, peace be unto him, who dressed in different gorgeous attires, began to troop to the various Eid prayer ground to commune with Allah before the commencement of teachings by the clerics. After the 2 rakat prayer at the Lokongoma Eid ground, a lecturer, Mahmoud Yusman Idris, said the significance of Eid al-Adha cannot be overemphasized in Islam, stressing that it allows adherents to remember the good deeds of Prophet Ibrahim and the lessons thereof.
Yes, my lectures is centered on 2 things. One of it is the importance of sacrifice, as the importance of sacrifice as related to this festivity, which is derived from what happened during the lifetime of Prophet Ibrahim and Prophet Ismail, when he was to sacrifice his own son out of dream that he had, and Almighty Allah ransomed the son with a ram, and it has now become a tradition sent down to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is also the tradition that is for the ummah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And this sacrifice is not only sacrificing an animal, but we also need to sacrifice our own heart desires. We also need to sacrifice the sins we are committing, so that we desist from them. As we kill that animal, let us kill all those sins and they become good again. And then the second message is for people, Muslims most especially, to vote the right candidate, those who are doing good irrespective of their tribe, their religion. They should just make sure that they cast their votes, and this is by even obtaining your voter's card, and make sure that you vote the right person and not out of bigotry.
The chairman, Kogi State Civil Service Commission, Barrister Mohammed Tanko, called on Muslims to always reflect on the significance of Eid al-Adha to better their lives, immediate society, and Nigeria at large.
It is a period where peaceful coexistence is encouraged. And therefore, as Muslim and as Islam is concerned, Islam talks about what? Islam is a religion of peace, and everybody will believe that the way we celebrate, the way we interact, depicts nothing other than peace. So it is significant in this direction. It is significant in the area of palliative in terms of gift. It is significant that people come together, those that we have not seen for some time, have come and we are seeing ourselves. So it is a significant period indeed. Therefore, it is a peacemaking celebration, and it is a part unifying nature of celebration.
Another legal practitioner, Ndaku Abdurrahman Tanko, enjoined Muslims to intensify prayers for an end to Nigeria's challenges.
The issue of challenges, especially as it relates to insecurity in this country, is a thing that even though some persons are saying it is not a thing of prayers any longer, but then I believe fundamentally prayers is a solution or a key to every problem that the devil a human being. Even as an individual, you are required to pray because your prayer is a kind of a way path towards where you want to go. Nigeria needs a lot of prayers, but then equally in doing that, we have to call on our religious leaders, irrespective of the religion you prophesize in Nigeria, to ensure that our followers are being cautioned in respect of the activities of our dailies. Let's take, for instance, what happened at the Kuje prison. The prison in Kuje is really surrounded by securities, but it's very, very unfortunate that for 3 hours they were operating as reported, including the soldiers that are mounting roadblock. There was no any reprisal attack to bring down these people. That shows that there are people within the security architecture of Nigeria that are equally involved to ensure that this country is ruined. And that is why I've always opined that the issue of security is not something that you have to discuss on the public. Certainty is not really by basis of appointment or you discuss security on public. I'm going to buy this, we are going to fight bandits. That is not the way. As you are planning, others who are within you are giving them equally the security arrangement for which you want to take. So we have to learn and go back seriously in this country to the drawing board to see how did we succeed before, that you can walk on this our Nigerian roads. Every part of this country you can move to. You can leave Lagos to Maiduguri without any fear of any insecurity. You can leave LOKOJA, for instance, to Lagos, no fear of insecurity. My advice to the youth is that I advise to them that they should be law-abiding citizens. Also add to it that they should stop taking drugs that will lead them to things that are not supposed. And we pray that the ones that are engaged on, God will bring them back to the good way of life.
As part of activities to mark the celebration, a ram was slaughtered at the Eid ground. Joshua Adenoye, MLC TV News.
We'll go on a short break. We'll be right back.
Malachi TV Online is here. For your timely and reliable news that reaches you fast with the breaking news, choose MLC TV. Get human interest stories right here on MLC TV. With entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on MLC TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on MLC TV. MLC TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Welcome back. As Nigeria joins the rest of the world to mark the 2022 World Population Day on Monday, the United Nations says the global population is continuing to increase, but noted that the growth was becoming slower. The global organization stated this in its report to mark World Population Day on Monday. John Wilmot, UN Director of the UN's Population Division, sees opportunities in this development for developing countries, in spite of the regional differences. He expressed optimism that there could be benefits in education because fewer children means more attention per child, alongside fighting poverty and hunger. He added, at the same time, lower birth rates means an aging population overall and a larger proportion of people being at an age where they need assistance. Wilmot, however, warned that projection for development 80 years from now should be taken with a grain of salt. And on politics, a traditional ruler has called on politicians to play the game by the rule and with sincerity of purpose. A traditional ruler, the Ohi of Adavi, His Royal Highness Mohammed BELLO, who made the call at the Ogamnana Idel praying ground after observing the Rakat to mark the day, further encouraged party supporters to distance themselves from words capable of disrupting the peace of the nation. Our reporter has more.
The Ohi of Adavi, His Royal Highness Mohammed BELLO, has called on politicians to provide a template of what they will offer the people if elected into power, rather than telling them what they plan to do. The Ohi made the call after he observed the usual rakat of the 2022 Eid al-Adha at the popular prayer ground in Ogaminana, Adavi local government area.
Tell the politicians to make their campaign issue-based. Let them tell us what they will do for the society when we elect them. Let them not resort to vulgar language or abusive language among themselves. That is what precipitates crisis, and we do not want any crisis. We want very peaceful, very fair and credible election to elect our leaders into their various positions. So when they are coming to talk to us, let them tell us why we should elect them. What do they have in store for us when they get into their positions of authority?
He further urged politicians and supporters to project their aspirant without using hate speech against oppositions.
As for the electorates, I appeal to them to conduct themselves very peacefully. You can support somebody and not be an enemy to the person who does not support your own candidate. Support your own candidate and allow everybody else to have the freedom to support their own candidates as well. I thank the people of Adavi for uniting and for ensuring that we have a very peaceful environment and for ensuring that the atmosphere is conducive for both the indigenous and the non-indigenous living within the territory of Adavi.
On his part, Special Advisor to Kogi State Governor on Political Matters, Hadi Ametor, called for prayers for Governor Yahya Bello to enable him continue to fight insecurity in the state.
The sacrifice every one of us did today, the Almighty Allah grant it. And we are praying, God, it should help us to save this Ebira and entire state and the whole Nigeria because of insecurity in the country. Inshallah, all those insecurity will stop. And we pray to our His Excellency, the Governor of Kogi State, Alhaji Adola.
On the 9th of July 2022, Muslim faithful around the world celebrate Eid al-Kabir to mark the awesome sacrifice of Prophet Ibrahim, made in righteousness and obedience to Allah's wish to get His abundance of grace and mercy, which has become a source of motivation and inspiration to all Muslims as they imbibe the culture of patience and obedience to sacrifice a ram or any acceptable animal to seek God's favor. Report by Abdulmuttalib Dauda. I am Joshua Adenoy for MLC TV News, Okene.
Let's join John and Malik for the sports update.
And on sports updates, Nigerian Super Falcons on Sunday evening at the Maule Hassan Fos Stadium in Rabat booked their place in the quarter-final of the 2022 CAF Women's African Cup of Nations in Morocco with a 4-0 win over Group C whooping girls Burundi. The Super Falcons will now take on Cameroon in what will be a keenly anticipated quarter-final clash, while Bayama played Tunisia for a place in the last 4. In other quarter-final matches to be played, Morocco will face Botswana, while Zambia will take on Senegal. And in tennis, Novak Djokovic says his 4th consecutive Wimbledon win has more significance after he needed time to weather the storm following his deportation from Australia. Djokovic beat Nick Kyrgios 4-6, 6-3, 6-4, 7-6, 7-3 to claim the first Grand Slam title since Wimbledon last year. The Serb was deported shortly before the start of January's Australian Open after a row over his vaccine status. Novak Djokovic has won 7 of his 21 Grand Slam titles at Wimbledon, with only Roger Federer claiming more in men's competition. And that's Sport Update on MLC TV News. I am Malik Jonah reporting. Back to Akasta for more stories.
Thank you, Jonah. And on entertainment news, Matthias Ayodeji Peter is standing by.
On our entertainment news, Kiss Daniel angered fans when he appeared over 4 hours late for his sold-out concert in Maryland on Thursday. Angry fans booed and pelted Kiss Daniel with tissues after he hurried through a 30-minute set after keeping fans waiting for hours. The video of angry fans demanding a refund circulated on Twitter, and it attracted criticism over what is a growing concern over the attitude of Nigerian superstars towards their live shows. Kiss Daniel has taken to his Instagram account to issue his apology to DMV fans for what transpired. In the apology posted on Friday, 8 July 2022, Kiss Daniel attributed the delay to the Nigerian consulate, who withheld his passport. He went further to explain that in his efforts to reach the show on time, he booked a private jet. However, he still couldn't make the show on time and gave the fans a longer show. Kiss Daniel offered his unreserved apology for the unfortunate delay and promised to announce another date for a DMV show with all existing tickets remaining valid. Kiss Daniel is currently on a 10-city tour of the United States, and fans have been eager to see the superstar perform his hit singles, and most notably for his intercontinental smash hit, Buga. And that is all on entertainment news today. My name is Matthias Ayodeji Peter.
Thank you, Matthias, for the update. And that's the size of our package today. Join us tomorrow at this same hour to watch our news as we give you updates on happenings within and across the globe. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Malachi TV. Like and follow our Facebook page, MLC TV, Instagram, MLC TV 2021, and Twitter at MLC TV1. For your event coverage, information, contribution, advert, and sponsorship, please call any of our numbers displayed on your screen. Join us Friday and Saturday to watch our special programs. Friday 9 p.m. Local Government and You. Saturday 7 p.m. Family Affairs. 9 p.m. Political Arena and Women's World. Sunday by 6 p.m. It's Malachi TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. I am Sherifat Onono Mohammed. Please continue to be your brother's keeper to build a united and peaceful society together. Good day and thanks for watching.